Hey, I'm Brian Van, SportBike.com, and yes, we got another Honda Grom video for you. We're going to install the Driven Racing timing cover, right? Replacing the OEM timing cover. This is a cosmetic mod. It's just to make this Coronapocalypse edition Grom look better. Okay, so pretty simple task here. We have two 8mm external hex fasteners holding the OEM timing cover on as I fight back my Monster Energy burp. Are we going to need a gasket? You know what? I hate to admit this. I have no idea if we're going to need a gasket or not here. None. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Let's first kind of get this bad boy, kind of tease it off here. And what I found is a little bit of a lip down here on the bottom. And just kind of allow me to get that screwdriver in there. Up here on the top, and look at that. Out she comes. Well, we have an O-ring in here, okay, that we're going to be able to reuse. Look at that. Gnome's got a nice lip machined in there. Okay, so now we've answered a couple of questions already, like, do you need to drain the oil before you do this? Well, the answer there is clearly no, because look at, no oil came out. That's awesome. Before you go to take that O-ring off, let's make sure your hands are clean, right? You don't want to handle it with dirty hands. Let me see if I can get my fingernail behind it to get it started coming off. I'm able to kind of get it to loop up. And now very carefully, remove it. Let's take a good close look at it. Looks great. Another important note, let's say that your Grom has more than the 100 miles we have on ours, okay? This thing is literally the forgotten bike. It sat there in the corner for all that time. A whole box of parts I didn't put on. And now during the Coronapocalypse, I am putting them on. Make sure the inside of the cover is clean, okay? Let's say you have a lot more miles on your Grom. Let's say the cylinder head right, it's just nasty. It's all caked up. You're going to want to clean that off before you pull this cover, because in pulling the cover, if it's full of debris, right, you're allowing the possibility of it falling into the motor. That is not a win. You don't want that to happen. In our case, we didn't have to do anything. So now, you notice I went and just got a little bit of oil off of that, and I put it on the outside of that O-ring to help lubricate it, because I want this thing to kind of drop in there as easily as possible. And it's going to take a little pressure, like so. You can see I was kind of twisting and applying pressure all at the same time. It sits nice and flush. Everything looks good. This comes with its own hardware. There was no thread locker on these bolts from the factory that I can see, and I don't think there would really be any necessity here on the motor bolts to do that. Also didn't see any instructions in the kit. See how easily that threaded in? If yours is not going that easy, you have a problem, you need to stop. If you need to put a wrench or a T-handle on it to get it started, either we have previous thread damage or you have them cross-threaded. You need to stop, right? They need to thread in super easy. In this case, get them run down just finger tight like so. If you're not going to use a torque wrench, which I'm not going to use a torque wrench right now, you want to first start by just getting them seated nice and even. And then from there, let's apply good, even torque. like so. A couple passes, and we are good to go. Very important, okay? Before you ride this motorcycle, you want to start the engine. You want to let the engine come up to temperature, and you want to double check, triple check to make sure that you've not created any leaks. There is always the outside possibility that even though the O-ring looked perfect when you put it on the new cover, maybe when you inserted it inside the cylinder head, it got bound up and it got cut. So just take your time, make sure you inspect for leaks before you go out and ride it. This is a pretty simple job at the end of the day, okay? Odds are yours is gonna come with some instructions. For whatever reason, I didn't see it in mine, okay? But at the end of the day, we got 2 bolts, we got an O-ring, right? We got a little bit of common sense, you're good to go. If you're looking at this and you're like, dude, I'm not doing that myself, I'm afraid of destroying my motor, take your bike in to a licensed mechanic and let them do it, right? Liability reasons, you wanna make sure that you are not spilling oil all over the place, causing a hazard or an accident. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments section of this video. I answer all that stuff myself, and I'm always here to help you get the same result from your project we do ours.